Hi guys, Robbo46 here, welcome yourselves to my MotoGP 19 wish list. This is something I've been meaning to do for quite a while now, but I've never really got round to doing it, but now I finally have. Before we begin, don't forget that these are my own personal opinions. You might not necessarily agree with them all, but if you don't, be sure to put your own down in the comment section. And also, just as a disclaimer, there's a few things I won't be mentioning in this video just because that they've actually been confirmed for MotoGP 19. So things like improved AI, obviously we're getting neural AI with MotoGP 19. Historical bikes, they've been confirmed as well. So the likes of like Marco Simoncelli have been confirmed. So that's really good. So I won't be mentioning that in the video. Also improved online stability because dedicated servers have been confirmed. And also down the customization route because I was going to mention about more customization and having like a livery editor kind of thing. And that's already been confirmed for like your race number and your helmet as well. So I won't be mentioning those four things in this video, but I will be mentioning a lot more. So yeah, let's begin at number 10. And that is improved physics. Now, the physics in MotoGP 18 were a little bit weird. They were quite understeery. Obviously, it was the first MotoGP game in the Unreal Engine 4, so hopefully they can tweak it a little bit more. Ride 3 was a little bit understeery as well, so I'm hoping that they've kind of fixed that and we get better physics and handling in the game altogether. On to number 9, and that is improved graphics. Now, there wasn't really a huge difference between MotoGP 17 and 18, despite the jump in game engine. But by looks of it, they've improved it again a little bit. But hopefully by the time the game comes out, it's improved even more. It is something that they've said that they have been working on and trying to improve over previous titles. So hopefully we'll get improved graphics as well. And hopefully with that will become some other little tweaks as well. Number 8 is going to be improved sounds. Now, MotoGP 17 was a step in the right direction over previous iterations of the game. MotoGP 18 was a little tweak on that. Hopefully that we get improved sounds again. Apparently there has been someone who's been going slightly crazy with the sounds for MotoGP 19 and the recording the sounds and stuff like that. So it's looking like we will get improved sounds as well. And also, let's not forget that Moto 2, they are now using Triumph engines in the class instead of Honda. So hopefully they can imitate the Triumph engine sounds in the game rather than the Honda ones. And hopefully they don't just port the Honda sounds over from the previous MotoGP game. I'm hoping that they've actually gone out and recorded the Triumph sounds because they sound really, really awesome. Okay, on to number 7. Now this one is definitely a personal thing for me. I would love to see Managerial Career come back to the game because Managerial Career in MotoGP 17 was a lot of fun, and the fact that you could create your whole team, you pick your riders for Moto 3, Moto 2 and MotoGP. Obviously you're one of the riders as well. Then you get to pick your livery for the bike and sponsors and stuff like that. And I just had a real blast with that and actually preferred it a lot more to the standard career mode that we've got in other games. So that would be a welcome return for me and I'd be really happy to see that. Number 6. Proper bike damage and rider injuries. Now if we're going back to the old SPK games, bike damage, I mean, it would be nice to see like bits flying off the bike and actual proper damage to the bikes. And if they are proper damage, you can't continue. Maybe like you're missing a foot peg, or your gear lever is broken, or you bent your handlebars so the bike doesn't handle as well and stuff like that, or you're missing some aero off your aero fairing. That could affect the gameplay if you do get to get back on and continue. But yeah, proper bike damage would be a really nice addition. However, I think that's more to do with the manufacturers not really wanting that to be in the game, because obviously they don't want to see their products being destroyed. The other thing as well, like I said, rider injury, going back to the old Superbike games, you used to get rider injuries, and if you had a big crash you could like break a bone or something and then you'd be out for a few weeks or a few months. So it would be nice to bring that back into MotoGP 19 and obviously have it a little bit more realistic as well. But yeah, that would definitely be something that I would love to see in MotoGP 19. Okay, on to number 5 is flag-to-flag races. Now, this is something we've been asking for in most of the MotoGP games, because we do get flag-to-flag races. We didn't get so many last year, but the year before we had quite a few. But unfortunately, they haven't put it in the game. Now, I think that they've already confirmed that that is not going to be in MotoGP 19, which is a shame. But it would have been a lot of fun if you had to come into the pit and you had to do a few button prompts to try and get the perfect bike switch and then get back out on track to not lose too much time. But that would definitely be a really good addition. But like I said, I think they've already confirmed that that's not going to be in MotoGP 19, unfortunately. Okay, on to number 4. Multiple official seasons in career. Now, I know we're getting a historical bike, so that kind of, has multiple seasons in it. But I would like to see multiple seasons within the career, because I know a lot of people have been asking, oh, can you just get it so that the riders switch around and stuff like that, go to different teams and move up classes and that. Obviously, that comes down to the whole licensing thing and the fact that all the riders are under contract with manufacturers and teams, so they can't actually implement that. But what would be good is if in career mode that they span the whole career across multiple years. So instead of just like previous MotoGP 18, started in Red Bull Rookies Cup in the 2018 season, then you went up to Moto3 in the 2018 season, Moto2 in the 2018 season, and MotoGP all in the 2018 season. And going back to SPK Generations, that game was spanned across multiple seasons. So you start off in Super Stock in a season, then by the time you got into Super Bikes, you were in a different season, a different year, and then the following year, like, you'd get some rider switches and that. It would be nice, like, if in MotoGP 19, I mean, it's a bit of a long shot, but if they'd done it across, I don't know, say like 10 years, so you could start off in Moto 3 in like 2009, and then just progress through the years, and you'll see all the riders like switch teams and move up different categories and stuff like that. I just think it would be something that would be really interesting and something that I'd be really interested in seeing, rather than just doing the same season over and over again.
And obviously going back that far would be the addition of 125 and 250 class instead of Moto 3 and Moto 2. So it would be nice if they included them as well, and then obviously you could see it change into Moto 3 and Moto 2.
Okay, on to number 3. Lobby search for online multiplayer. Now, unfortunately, we've only got matchmaking at the moment, which isn't ideal. I know that you can obviously create a private lobby, and then you can obviously tweak all the little things in there. But yeah, just having matchmaking isn't ideal, because you can kind of set your parameters, but it doesn't necessarily always stick to those parameters. It literally just finds a lobby that's available and then sticks you in it. So you might want to play on like pro physics, and then you get stuck in a lobby which is on like standard or semi-pro. But to be able to do a lobby search would be a lot better. We used to have it in previous MotoGP games going years and years ago, when Climax and THQ made them. You could actually search for a lobby, search for what class, you could see the ping rating, so you know what kind of connection you're going to get. You can see how many people are in the lobby, how many laps the races are and stuff like that. It would be a really nice addition to actually know what you're going into, rather than just being put straight into a random lobby that you have no control over. And also to create public lobbies, instead of like, sometimes you do get given the host of a lobby if you search for a lobby and then it finds one, but you're the only one in there, so you become the host of it. But you can't really change a lot in it. So if you could actually create a public lobby as well, set the parameters for the lobby, and also if you want to, you can like lock the camera angle. So if you want to do helmet camera racing, which is very difficult to do against people that don't use it as well, you could lock the lobby into helmet camera only, and then you know that no one's going to have an advantage from using like third person or something. Number 2 is more cutscene variety. In MotoGP 18, we didn't really have a hell of a lot of variety for cutscenes, especially the podium celebrations. It was basically one animation per podium finish. So if you finish in third, there was literally one animation for third, one animation for second, and one animation for first. Obviously, you got slightly different animation if you finished off the podium when you went back into the garage. But it would be nice to have a bit more variety and stuff like that. Or maybe a bit like Monster Energy Supercross 2, if you go over the finish and you can like press a certain button and then you get to do a certain animation when you go across the finish. It would be nice to have something like that in MotoGP 19, so you could put a big wheelie, you could press a button and then they like do a stand-up wheelie, or like take a hand off the handlebars or stuff like that. It'd be really awesome to see that. And also if we had like interviews and that, and have like cutscenes for interviews and stuff like that. And also going back to Monster Energy Supercross 2, when you've done like promotional stuff or meet the fans and stuff like that, media days, you got like different cutscenes for that. So it'd be good to have stuff like that in MotoGP 19 as well. And on to number 1. Now this is kind of going back to the interview part in the second point, and that is you know, you get to pick what you say. So if you do the press conference or you get a TV interview or something, you get like a list of dialogue options that you can say, and some of them are nicer than others. And you know, you might get asked a question about a certain rider, a certain rival, maybe a teammate, and if you say something nasty about them, then that particular rider will be more aggressive with you on track. They'll be more likely to do aggressive lunges and not necessarily make a clean pass, and just try to kind of mess you up during the race. But if you say something nice about them, then they're more likely to try and do a clean overtake on you and not try to mess you up so much. But that'd be something that would add to the dynamic of the racing as well, so it'd be quite interesting to see how that would pan out. And just a bonus point as well is the frame rate. Obviously with Ride 3 on the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X enhanced versions, we had 60 FPS. Obviously PC had 60 FPS since like the caveman times, but it would be nice if MotoGP 19 had 60 FPS as well, because MotoGP 17 did, MotoGP 18 did not. But now that they're kind of finding their feet with the Unreal Engine 4, it would be awesome if they could make MotoGP 19 60 FPS as well. Anyway guys, that is my list there, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, if there's stuff that you want to see in MotoGP 19, be sure to put a comment down in the comment section and let people know what you want in the game, and I will link this to Milestone on Twitter as well to see if they have a look at it. But in the meantime guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave this video a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel for more content. I shall see you guys in the next video. See you!